Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Let us look at more questions. Here I intend to discuss all, and I would like to do it together with you. Yeah? So we're going to use the technique of integration by parts. Okay, so this is the formula. We need to change this integral into a formula such that the question will now become this form: uv minus integrate v du. Okay, this form. Right, let's do number 3. Okay, I'm going to do it together. And this liat is a guideline for us to choose what will be the appropriate u. So question number 3, let's start with recognizing the u. What is the appropriate u? This is x is algebra, e is exponent. Between algebra and exponent, the algebra comes first, meaning the u is supposed to be the algebra. Okay, so we choose u to be the x. So in that case, the remaining of it, which is e power x plus 1 dx. So we do need to write the dx down there. So and then if we are to change this question now, okay, x e power x plus 1 dx, by applying the formula of integration by parts, so it will become uv minus integrate v du. So we need to replace the values of our u, v, and du. And where to get them? We are supposed to differentiate this thing. Okay, so du, we differentiate, we get 1. Okay, so du is dx. We're going to replace du over that. As for this portion, we are to get the v. So how to get the v? We integrate both sides, integrating dv with respect to v. Okay, 1 dv is v, and integrating e power x plus 1, we need to use the simple U substitution. Okay, for example, let's say this part I'm going to use here, have already used u, so I'm going to use y. Okay. So let y be this x plus 1, such that dy dx is 1, dy is dx. So we need to replace everything in terms of y for us to ease our integral. So now this question will become e power, this part is the y, and dx is dy. Okay. Then it's easy for us to integrate by looking at our formula list. The integral of e power y dy, okay, is e power y itself, isn't it? Okay, e power y, and you put down the c. So you have to look at your formula list. Okay, and this c, okay, you can write it down later on. Okay, so I'm gonna write the c at the last end of our answer. So just take as is. It's just that what is this y just now? Y is actually the x plus 1. So that we have solved for this part of the integral. Okay, coming back to our question. Okay, we cannot straight away integrate. We need to use this IBP, integration by part. That's a formula to simplify it. So x, let's replace it. Help me. Okay, so I'm gonna replace the values. There's a v minus, we are to integrate v, we have this one just now, e power x plus 1, and du is dx. Okay, but then we are stuck with this integral of e power x plus 1. But if you notice, okay, this portion of integral e power x plus 1, we have solved it. Okay, similar to that, which we get this one. Similar, right? It is similar. So let's code the answer, this part. Okay, so we code the answer, which is e power x plus 1. Okay, whole set power. And last, you put down the c. You can leave your answer like this, or you can also factorize, okay, which will become nicer. So if you intend to factorize, it will become x minus 1. And put your big C, the constant of integral, later on. Alright, so there we have solved for the number 3. Next, let's do number 4. Okay, theta being the algebra, here we have a trigo between algebra and trigo. Okay, between algebra and trigo, the appropriate u will be the algebra. So we'll start with the u. The appropriate u is the algebra, the theta. So hence, the remaining of it, we call it as dv. dv is the secant square theta d theta. Alright, so we have to start with that. Okay, and then hence our question theta secant square theta d theta, by applying this formula. Okay, so it is integrated like this. So let's replace all these values. So for that we do need to differentiate and integrate. So here, to get the du d theta, in this case for the variable is 1, so meaning du is d theta. We can replace our du there. Okay, and for this portion we need to get the v. So how to do it? We integrate both sides. Integrating dv, we get v. Okay, v. And integrating secant square, we need to look at the formula list. Look into your formula list. Is there an integral of secant square x dx? So yes, we do have the formula given in for us. So let's code, but our variable here is in terms of theta. Okay, I don't put the c just yet. We need to replace all the values inside this question now. Okay, help me. So u is theta, v is tangent theta, minus we need to integrate. The v just now is tangent theta, and u is d theta. Alright, so we do need to integrate further. So again, let's look into our formula list. Is there an integral of tangent theta? So yes, there is a formula given in our formula list. Okay, but here our variable is theta, so let's put the answer there. So we have ln secant theta, right? Theta. And don't forget your constant of it for the indefinite integral. So that is your answer for question 4.